Welcome to Michigan Replay. I'm Larry Adderley. We have a table full of experts for this show, including Bo Schembechler, the Happy University of Michigan coach, and Keith Jackson of ABC Sports. And Keith, since you're the guest on this one, let me get your first opinion of the Michigan State game on Saturday. Oh, that exciting, huh?
I thought it was a typical game where the guys down in the trenches try to take everybody's head off before the first quarter is over, and I thought you could see a tail end of the second quarter where that young offensive line that Bo's got over there started to take a little bit of control of it, and it happened again in the second half. And poise, I thought, had a great deal to do with it, the final outcome.
Bo always deals with mistakes, though, when we talk about this, and he's complaining about mistakes they made yesterday, even with their victory. Penalties, fumbles. How many times have you lost the ball?
Well, we've turned the ball over 16 times in the first 5 games, which is really too many. But I think anytime you run an option attack, as Keith knows, he's seen a lot of football games around the country, and you pitch that ball around, unfortunately sometimes it's dropped. And it's just happened too often with us, and I think that got us in trouble more often than anything else, plus the fact that right at the start of the second half, when I thought we were going to get real good field position with the win, we dropped the punt.
But you're not complaining?
Not when you win, and a win against your alma mater.
Oh, we had to bring that up, folks. I kind of thought we could just smooth that right underneath the table. But we have highlights of the game, and some of the highlights in the beginning were fumbles, as each team put on a pretty good drive.
This is Michigan State with a formation to the sideline, and their very fine back, Levi Jackson, on a power sweep. They tried to work our sideline with that formation and did an excellent job early in the game. This is Wilson running a fake pitch and an off-tackle play and fumbled the ball, and fortunately we recovered. We come right back and on a pitch out to Gordy Bell, and we had a lot of room to run in this play. Hetty hung on to the football, but unfortunately we dropped it and lost it. One of our 3 fumbles.
Just changed those 2 fumbles, and State wound up with the ball and got this field goal.
Well, their kicker is a very fine kicker, and he got the 3 points, and Bobby Wood came back to match him for us, and she was a 3-3 ball game here in the second period. Here's another fumble, a great hit in there by our safety man, Hicks, that caused the fumble, and we recover again.
There's your option play.
Here's the option play the way it should be run from an end zone camera. And this is Gordy Bell, who finally runs out of room to run and is brought down by Hunt, their defensive halfback. But we do kick the long field goal here before the half with about 3 minutes left to give us a 6-3 lead.
Did you change anything at the halftime? Were you concerned at all, the closeness of the game or the fact that you weren't able to punch in a touchdown?
No, as a matter of fact, going in at halftime with a 3-point lead, we felt good. We felt that if we eliminated our mistakes, did a little better job blocking up front, that we'd move the football. Their linebackers were moving awful quick. And this is a very, very fine Michigan State defense, as you well know. And we felt still that we could move the football. And so coming out of the second half, we thought we'd win the game, but then the fumble gave them an opportunity to kick the tying field goal.
Were you trying to get Baggett to run more or throw more?
Actually, we worked a great deal against his scrambles. We tried to keep a position on him and not overcommit with our linemen. As you know, he had quite a bit of time back there, but we'd rather, to be honest with you, if we kept proximity with the ball, with our secondary people, we wanted him to throw the football rather than run. And so we didn't pressure him quite as much as maybe we could have, except later on in the game when we got into some blitzing type defenses where we went after him.
And yet people have had success against you throwing the football.
Well, that's true, but as you know, up until our ball game, Michigan State had not completed as a good many passes, so consequently we didn't want the scramble from Baggett, because I think he's a great scrambling quarterback.
And that's what happened on this particular play. As we look at the second half highlights, Baggett rolling out, looking to throw, and winds up with a pretty good game.
Right. Now, we had a defense on here where we took a bad course to get to him because our end on that side dropped off, and our tackle got wide and everything. Our linebacker should have widened out just a little bit there. This is the tying field goal that made the score 6-6 in the third period.
This is a good drive by your team now in a fumble on the pitch out.
Right. This is Leach. Right here's the fumble. We got down in there close, and it's a ball that probably shouldn't have been pitched, and unfortunately it really hurt.
Big play for Leach.
This is a great football play. We made a mistake and didn't get out on the cornerback, and he couldn't pitch the ball. and just through some real effort, got enough yardage for the first down. It was a very short yardage situation. And I believe this is the touchdown on the pitch to Bell on a power sweep, and he cuts back in here, and once he gets down to the strong safety here, he makes a great move to get in the end zone. This is a typical Bell move right here when he's
got to jump 2-3 yards sideways.
Right, and it was a great run, and of course that's the only touchdown of the day.
And a couple of times in the second half, you were able to open up the middle and get good gains like this one.
This is Lytle breaking up on a 33-yard run on a straight dive play, and our guards were doing a good job in there, and their linebackers were flowing quickly to stop the option, which they did a darn good job. The only thing I wish we'd have scored here, unfortunately we didn't, and we kicked the field goal to go ahead by 10 points.
So satisfying victory as far as you're concerned, because it keeps you unbeaten, keeps you in the Big Ten race, no question about that.
Well, we feel it's a satisfying victory because this is a game we had to win. We think with a young ball club that we're going to get better, and it's going to put us in real good position in the Big Ten.
Keith, are these games more fun to do, the Texas-Oklahomas, the Michigan States, those traditional rivalries?
Well, of course they are, because if you were there yesterday, 15, 20, 25 minutes before the game, there was as much electricity, as much fun, as much as excitement as you had once the football was put on the tee, really. It's the whole atmosphere of college football that makes it so attractive to me. I go out there, I still cry when they play the national anthem after that kind of a show.
I watched you and Bud Wilkinson, and Bud got awfully excited before the game. He said there's just nothing like this.
You come out, you come up for it. I don't think there's any question about it.
All right. Big Ten, Bo, looks the same, I guess. Got Michigan and Ohio State.
Well, the one that scares me the most is Northwestern, who's 2-0 in the league, and I wouldn't be surprised, Larry, if they, statistically, they may be the most prolific offensive team in the league right now.
What about Illinois, though? I know Northwestern is your next problem. We can talk about that, but Illinois is a pretty...
I think Illinois is healthy again. They've got Lonnie Perrin back, and they also have an excellent group of receivers, and Illinois has always had a really stout defense. So I look for Illinois to be a real problem as well.
And much was expected of Wisconsin when the season began. They kind of fell on their face a little bit, but yesterday, a late victory. Field goal, last 9 seconds.
They beat Purdue and Lafayette, and of course, Purdue has not won a game, which is really surprising. Wisconsin, I thought probably would win that game by a little greater score. But I think Northwestern and Illinois, Illinois is not a surprise, but I think they're a strong team, but Northwestern is. And I think that's going to be a great football game in Michigan Stadium this Saturday.
You neglected to mention the team just below you in the standings there. They won 49-0, I guess, yes, on Saturday.
Just below us.
Yes.
Well, let's just keep them there. They 49-0 over Iowa. Of course, Iowa is winless too, but nevertheless, there's some great power down there in Columbus, but we have to think in terms of improving each week, getting better, and taking these teams one at a time, see what happens in the last ball game.
All right, one at a time, typical coach's comment. We
the old cliche.
The old cliche's out.